What are Diva Cups and what are the pros and cons from trying this alternative, this eco-friendly, healthier, non-toxic alternative during my menstrual cycles? Welcome to Life Below TV. My name is Leani Oliveira. I am a self-mastery and wellness coach for women. So today we're going to be talking about Diva Cups. If you are someone that's been following my series on menstruation, birth control, etc., welcome back. If you are someone that is new and don't know what I'm talking about and what series, please make sure that you subscribe now, tune in, and watch all the other videos I talked about, because this is so important for you to know as a woman about your reproductive organs and, all these products that you are using, as well as, different medications that you are putting into your body and what the truth is about them. Make sure that you subscribe, you like this video if you enjoy the content that I give. And let's hop right into it. So I really want to talk about Diva Cups because I've been talking a little bit about alternatives, and I talked about cloth pads, and I also gave the alternative of a Diva Cup. So I felt like I need to give more information on this, as well as give some pros and cons about using this product. Now, what is a Diva Cup? So Diva Cup is a silicone, sometimes latex rubber that is very flexible. It's small, and you push, you fold it. I don't have mine right now. I wish I did. But if you look it up on YouTube, you'll be able to see people, teach you how to insert it in and out. But what you do is it's very plastic and small. So you fold it like a taco. You insert it into the vagina canal, and then you let it go so it pops open. And then what I do is just rotate it. And as you rotate it, it kind of just sucks up and stays in place. Now, how does the Diva Cup works? It's not like tampons or pads that absorb your menstruation, your period. Instead, what it does, it collects it. So when you remove your Diva Cup, you will actually see that it collected all the menstruation. So you really get to see your period. Now, how it works as far as removing it, you simply it has a little tip, so you don't want to pull on the little tip, but you pull on the little narrow area on top of the tip. So you pull it down and it just comes off. Now, there are different kinds of Diva Cups, and some are reusable while others are disposable. I personally have the reusable one, which I've had for 2 years now. Okay, so now let's talk about some pros and cons. I think it's important, if I'm going to tell you to use a product, that I really explain what are some pros and cons about using it, because everyone's different. So for me, I've never been a big tampon person. So Diva Cup is a tampon alternative for me that I use really only during the times I'm going to the beach or when I'm traveling, that I know I don't want to change my pad a lot. So there are specific times I use Diva Cups. It's not always. Some women really, really like tampons, so they might be using this all the time. So here are, the pros and cons really of having this product. 1, it is cost effective. Again, I've had mine for 2 years. Think about not buying tampons for 2 years and what you could be saving. So it says that women, different studies says that women spend about $150 a year, which seems small, but does add up, on feminine products, menstruation products. So if you're using the Diva Cup that you don't have to keep changing or, buying, you save $150. So it's super cost effective, okay? That is pro 1. Pro number 2 is it lasts a long time. Again, I am a person that uses it when I'm traveling because I don't want to go into the bathroom and change. So the Diva Cup is a super, super incredible alternative because it can last up to 12 hours internally. Because it's made with silicone, silicone is very adaptable to the body. It's kind of the same material that they use for silicone breasts and implants, basically, because your body adapts to it very quickly. It doesn't see it as a foreigner like it might see other products to try to, react to it to get you to remove it out. Because it's silicone, your body adapts to it very quickly, so it lasts and holds more than a tampon. So if you're a tampon user, you might be changing very frequently, maybe every 4 hours. With the Diva Cup, it lasts up to 12 hours. Some women have used it up to 24 hours. I haven't yet, but no one has had any problems. Now, another pro. It is extremely, because we're on the topic of silicone, it is extremely, extremely, extremely eco-friendly. So when you're using a tampon, all these products, the plastic around it, everything ends up in landfills, and it's causing, disruption to the ecosystem of Mother Earth. But silicone, and especially because you're not using it as frequently and throwing it out, it's the same Diva cup that you have throughout many years, depending on how long you want to have it. So you're not causing any damage to Mother Earth from having it. It's reusable, there's less waste, and there is no plastic. Amazing. Now, another pro is less odor. So a lot of women have odor due to, different problems that they're dealing with. If it's, their diet, when you use a Diva cup, there is less odor. I've noticed for myself in the beginning of my journey, as well as, what other women are saying about it. There is less odor, so that could be really, really helpful for different women. Now, also, you take yourself out of the possibility of getting toxic shock syndrome. So if you haven't yet or noticed online, there have been women that have had toxic shock syndrome from using tampons. So you are not allowed to really have a tampon overnight, and this is the reason. So there are, and really subscribe to my channel and make sure that you go and you check out my other videos that I talk about the truth about pads and all the toxics and chemicals that they have in them, residue that there's in it and that your body absorbs. So when you're using the Diva cup, you get yourself out of that. You no longer have to worry about your body going into toxic shock syndrome, which is incredible. Like, you don't want to have to put all these chemicals in your body that could cause you to lose your life. So Diva cup is amazing for that. You're staying healthier, you're being good to the planet, and you're not putting yourself in danger, which, it shouldn't be a thing when you're on your period. Your period is a beautiful time that you are experiencing as a woman. In no shape or form should you be putting your body into danger during this time. Okay, so another pro is, which I've been sharing about this whole time, is really traveling. Like, it lasts up to 12 hours. So if you're a person that travels a lot or want to travel a lot in the future, this is something to keep in mind, because even when you're menstruating, again, your menstruation is not supposed to be a time in your life that you're unhappy or you're uncomfortable or, your body or your life has to stop in any way. It's actually the opposite. It's a powerful, powerful time for the woman. Okay. Now, let's talk about some cons. So here are some cons that I wanted to share with you. Number one, there is a learning curve. When you are inserting the Diva cup in, there's a learning curve similar to tampon. I remember when I first used tampon when I was probably 16. It was very hard to put in. It was uncomfortable. I didn't feel good. So in the beginning, when you first try to use a Diva cup, what you will notice is sometimes you might be able to still feel it, which means you didn't place it incorrectly. Again, when you fold it and you pop it in, sometimes it doesn't suck up to your canal the best way. So you have to learn how to maneuver it, how to, move it correctly the right way that it's, gonna suck, it just causes a suction and it stays in place. So it is definitely a learning curve of putting it in and removing it that you're gonna have to go through. But it is better to stay healthy and not put your body into any danger than, like, a learning curve there's just a learning curve. Okay, so that's a con that I wanted to make sure I share with you, that you can definitely get over. It gets super easy after, but it's something new. So you're gonna have to go through that process. Now, another con, which is really not a con, but it could be a con, is it could cause irritation very easy. And that is simply because you're not used to having to be very, like, clean and intimate with that space during your menstruation. So, like, when you have a tampon, you just take it off the plastic, you pop it in, boom, you're good to go. So with a Diva cup, you really have to be very clean with this product because it's reusable. So you're popping it in, you're popping it out throughout your month, throughout your day, depending on how many times you take it out. So you want to make sure that you are being very, 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 very clean with it. So make sure that you're washing your hands before you're putting it in. You're washing it very thoroughly. You want to be careful what products you are washing it with. So soap causes irritation because of all the products in it. So you want to use a natural soap. If you don't want to have one, they're super easy and cheap, affordable to purchase. You shouldn't be washing your body with all those toxins anyway. So use something that is not full of chemicals when you're washing it, because again, it's going right into your vagina. It's getting very intimate and very deep into your body. So you want to make sure that you are keeping it clean, or it can cause irritation. So I had irritation once or twice in the beginning, and that's simply because I wasn't used to how clean I had to be. I was just so go, next tampon, out, in, boom, 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 good and go. So it really helped me slow down, because now I have to know what's going on. I got to remove it. I got to wash it, so it takes time. Now, another con that I want to share is, if you are removing it, it's not like removing, like out in public. It's not like removing a pad or a tampon out in public. So usually if you have a tampon or a pad, it's disposable. You just get rid of it right away. Now, because a Diva cup is reusable, again, it collects all the menstruation. You're gonna have to dump it in the toilet, and then you're gonna have to bring it into, you gotta, carry it in your hand, bring it out, and maybe wash it in the sink. So it could be uncomfortable for some women. But again, every woman experiences it. Like, I'm sick of our period being so taboo and like weird and icky, when it's like every woman goes through it, and it's actually a very extremely powerful time in our lives. So get over it, honey. And now, last con is, it could be a little messy in the beginning, and that kind of ties into the learning curve point. So what you'll notice is, in the beginning, because you're trying to adapt to how to remove it without spilling anything, it could get messy. But again, it's just part of the learning curve. It will get easier. It will get it will be an in and out process once you get through the learning curve. Clearly, if you are on the same page as me, the pros outweigh the cons in an incredible way. Clearly, the pros of staying alive, staying healthy, taking care of such a sacred, intimate space of your body is more important than you being icky about it, you not connecting with your body, not knowing what's flowing out of your body, you being weirded out because other people might know that you have your period, when newsflash, every single woman in that bathroom has and gets her period. So that's nothing to be embarrassed of. Also, the learning curve, anything that is, that you have to learn, there's going to be a learning curve, and that's just all I'm saying. Now, the pros is amazing. Like, you're being good to your body, good to the planet, and good to society as a whole, because you're keeping us alive, and you're keeping all that plastic out of landfills, and you're being good to, the fishes, all the animals in the ecosystem, in the ocean. So that is it for me. Let me know if you have any more questions. I will be, more than willing to answer them. I would love to get to know you. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment. If you love the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up again, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And I'm excited to see you in my next video. All right, peace and love.